5,000 meter I raced today at finale was a tough one, I'm not gonna lie. With 8 laps to go, I was wishing it was 2 laps to go, and I just got back from Japan from the World Championships on Monday, and I'm hurting a little bit from jet lag, but it was still fun. And the fun thing about finale is I feel like when I skate in the week after the season is really over, after the World Championships, I skate for fun. And this week I just felt like I was skating for pleasure and for joy and for the love of skating. So even with the hard race, it was still fun.
Unfortunately, you had to race by yourself. How does that affect you as an athlete when you go to the starting gate and you look over and no one's there beside you?
I don't mind racing by myself, and even if I'm paired with somebody and it's head-to-head, I really just focus on what I'm doing and trying to keep good technique. And, you know, of course, if I can use somebody on the backstretch to get a bit of a draft if they're in front of me, I will use that, and then I'll think, okay, I'm glad that person's there. But otherwise, you know, speed skating is a very individual sport where you have to focus on what you're doing and how you're skating and how you're moving on the ice.
Well, let's expand on that a little bit, because, you know, speed skating, you came from, obviously you're a skater and then you were a cyclist and now you're a speed skater. And what is your passion about this sport? What drives you with this sport?
What I love the most about skating is the technique, and I remember the first time I ever saw it was in the '88 Winter Olympics, and I saw Gaetan Boucher skate on television, and I just felt like it captivated me, and it was the most beautiful way I'd ever seen a human being move, and I knew that I wanted to do that one day and represent Canada at the Olympics and just feel that efficiency of movement and feel like I was flying on the ice.
Your skating career, people would say maybe it is complete, because, you know, you had a great result obviously in 2002, and then again in 2006 you're on top of the world, but I get the sense that your skating career is not quite complete yet.
I feel with skating that every year that I skate I make improvements, and with such a technical sport as speed skating, the improvements that you can try to make are infinite. Like, there's no limit to what you can do better, and sometimes that's really frustrating about it, but it's what I really like about it. It challenges me every single day in training, and I feel like I'm able to have specific goals that are really hard to reach, but when I reach them and when I feel like I've made those improvements and I'm efficient on the ice, it's just the best feeling in the world.
How has Clara Hughes' life changed since the gold medal in 2006?
My life really hasn't changed that much since winning the Olympics in 2006. I feel like I'm a person that lives in the moment and lives for the day that I'm living at that time, and I feel like every day is new, and I don't really think about the past. I don't think about what I've done as an athlete or what I've done in my life. I just try to be a better person and to live with joy and to follow my bliss in my life every day.
Do you think about the future in 2010?
I think about the 2010 Olympics a lot, in the sense of just being excited about it and the opportunity that I'll have as an athlete to potentially race my last Olympic race on home soil. And I remember hearing on the radio the announcement when Vancouver won the bid for the Olympics, and I stopped my car on the side of the road in Quebec. I was driving home and I just started crying, because I thought, what a gift. Now I have the chance to really have an Olympic experience that very few athletes get, and for me it's a motivating factor in every stride that I skate.
Talk about who has been key in Clara Hughes' life as far as to get you where you are today.
There have been so many people that have helped me along the way in my life as an athlete, and my coaches have been key for me. And my coach, Julie Wang, who has been my speed skating coach since the first week I came back to skating after a 10-year career as a cyclist. She is my teacher, she is my mentor, she is my friend, and she's someone that I just feel so grateful to have her in my life because of the wisdom that she shares with me and the influence she's had on me, not only in skating but in my personal life as well. I feel like I'm a better person because of her, and it's really a gift to be able to share everything that I've done in speed skating with her.
How good is this Canadian team? I talk about the speed queens, of course, you know, Cindy and Christina and Christine, you know, the ladies are dominant. You know, are you a close team?
The Canadian team is a close team, and I think we really thrive off of each other's success. And I know for myself, you know, when I was at the Olympics in 2006, I got to watch day after day my teammates winning medal after medal. And for me, when I got to that last Olympic race, the 5,000 meters, and I knew it was my time, I said to myself, now it's my turn to try to do what my teammates have already done. now I get to go and do it. And I just felt like they took on the world, they succeeded, and so could I. And that's how we work as a team. We have a lot of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation kind of moving around in every competition we go to, and it's a disappointment if we don't make the podium every day.
You have dealt with all kinds of pressure, whether you're a cyclist or a speed skater, but the pressure is going to be different in Vancouver, don't you think?
I do think there's going to be a different level of pressure in Vancouver, but we're really lucky that we have people that we can talk to that have had the Olympic experience of racing on home soil. For me personally, a lot of people I know in cycling, you know, I raced with girls on the Australian Olympic team when we raced the Olympics in Australia, so I was able to see what they went through and the kind of pressure they went through. I do a lot of work with Right to Play, and I'm very close with Johan Olaf Koss, who won 3 Olympic gold medals in Norway, in his home country, and you know, he was incredible there, and he really rose up and used all that energy in a positive way. So I've been able to learn from his success and his experience. So I look to people who have already done it and who have done it well to try to see what they did right. And you know, I look to the people that made some mistakes and maybe had disappointing performances to see what not to do.
Claire, if you don't mind, talk a little bit about the Olympic Oval here in Calgary, at the University of Calgary, and just what it means to you as an athlete and what it means to the overall development of this Canadian team.
The Olympic Oval in Calgary is, in my opinion, the best training center in the world for long track speed skating, and I think it rivals in short track speed skating as well, and so many sports train here. As an athlete, it's so motivating to see, you know, track and field athletes, hockey players, bobsledders, lugers, so many different people doing the same thing and basically striving for excellence, and we all want to be the best in the world. And we have the fastest ice in the world, and it's tailored to our training and our training times and our needs. And I feel so grateful when we go to Europe or travel overseas and see what other countries deal with and how much training camps they have to do, and they even have to come here to train. And we're lucky because it's, you know, it's here for us, and we basically have the run of the show, so we're really lucky.
Well, Mark Messer, of course, you know, he's a master when it comes to making ice, and made it in 2002, made it in 2006, and everybody knows the story about the little medallion that he put in the ice, you know, for you. Is it going to make a difference, you know, knowing Mark is going to be making ice in 2010 as well?
It's definitely going to be, I think, a secret to our success. That I guess it's not a secret anymore, to have Mark Messer making the ice in Vancouver. He's the best, and we feel like we have the best ice technicians in the world, and they're on our side. So, and the ice is for everyone, and it's the same for everyone, but that energy that goes into it, I feel like it's for the Canadian team. So when we're skating, and when we skated in Torino, we knew that, you know, this is kind of our ice. We might be in Italy, but a Canadian made this ice, so it's definitely a weapon.
That's great. I don't have anything else then.